Education, The Way Out by Brenda Monassi. Nelson Mandela once said, "It is not beyond our power to create a world in which all children have access to good education. Those who do not believe this have a very small imagination." It is almost unbelievable to say that years after this bright man dead, we are still trying to convince the ones who make decisions that education is the way out. No matter what the question is, education is always the answer. Try it out. Think of a problem, the biggest one. Now add education to the mix. Is the problem still there? Probably not. I once overheard someone saying that we lived in a very beautiful world, but it's filled with bad people. That thought stuck on my head for a while. For some reason or another, I brought it up to an uncle, a very bright guy, if I may say. He told me that that thought was a mistake. He said that even though there are really truly bad, evil people out there with no good intentions, most people are just plain stupid. I thought about it for a while. It made sense. Abusive men, sharp-tongued women, corrupted politicians, violent criminals, empty-headed people on the internet, racist oppressors, all of them. They just need to be educated. If my neighbor who plays loud reggaeton on the street understood how annoying it gets, if my cousin who criticizes his gay coworker knew he doesn't have a choice, if my friend's abusive husband learned how to deal with his emotions, if the kid who mocks people on the street had the opportunities to make another way to make a living, if only we all were willing to learn what we don't know. I have to say, Mexico is one of the countries that suffers from this lack of education issue the most. No wonder we've been stuck for years in a place where the rich are making dumb decisions and the poor are suffering the consequences. This situation shouldn't be discouraging. Enraging, yes. Motivating, for sure. But we shouldn't stop to fight to educate everyone. Every single person out there, they have to be educated. If we keep these kids in the school, we give them high quality education, many of these problems that are keeping the country behind the standards will disappear. Educated women fight for what they dream of. Educated men don't oppress and don't violate anyone. Educated people respect others' opinions, accept others' ideas, try to understand individualities, and open up to new realities. I give you a for instance. My mother didn't receive a lot of education. The system failed her. But guess what? She didn't give up. She's a self-taught cook, baker, decorator, gardener, painter, tailor, and a million other crafts that she does perfectly. Ever since I was a little kid, she encouraged me to do well in school. Even though I am the only girl in this side of the family, I always got the same opportunities my cousin and brother did. She knew that education was the way out. She knew also that the world is a horrible place out there. She knows it's hard for a girl out there. She gave me everything she thought that I needed to be an opinion woman, to fight for my dreams, to never let a man get in my way, to never let anybody make me feel inferior. And she knew education was the way. She made me a reader, a thinker, a writer. She says my smart mouth will eventually get me in trouble, but she's just being overprotective. So why not taking a chance on education? Nelson Mandela used to think that education was the most powerful weapon which we could use to change the world. Just picture it. It is never too late to learn new things. We need to start with kids. Indeed, good education has to reach every corner of this country to enhance better opportunities for everyone as a nation. However, you can get educated too. Drop your little misconceptions. Read about feminism and sexual orientation. Open your mind to different cultures and histories. Your truth is not the whole truth. That is something else I learned from my mom.